Hi everyone and welcome to this episode of the Kaz. In this episode I am going to be unboxing the Funko Pop version of Masters of the Universe's Syclone. But before I do that, please hit the like button, please subscribe to the channel. But now, let's get to this. Okay, thanks for coming again to this episode of the Kaz. I have here a pop that I got over the weekend at a local FYE store at the Wilton Mall in Wilton, New York, near Saratoga. I got this along with Mosquitour, which I just unboxed, and which should be online now. But this is Syclone, a cybernetic creature, alien from Masters of the Universe. From what I read online, I went to the He-Man wiki and took a look at who Syclone actually was, and apparently he was a cyborg, half human, half robot, that could produce cyclonic, however you pronounce it, weather phenomena with his body. But he wasn't used that much. It sounded like he had a very fleeting role in the He-Man series. I think he was only in about one or two of the original episodes, and when they rebooted it back in I think it was the 90s or the early 2000s. It was the early 2000s. He had more of an Asian look, more of an samurai feel to him. He was, I guess, more prominent in that rendition of He-Man than the original one. Again, I think he was only in about two episodes of the original one. And he was in, I think, the Christmas special, the He-Man She-Ra Christmas special, it said online too. So I'll have to check that out. So in this line you have He-Man, who is number 991. 992 is Prince Adam. The Sorceress. I like to have the Sorceress. She was one of my favorite characters. She's 993. Tongue Lasher, one of the Snake Men, is 994. Syclone himself is 995. Mosquitour, who I also have, is 996. Webstore, my favorite villain, is 997. Sorry, Skeletor. But this 10-inch Skeletor Pop is number 998. So here is a full-on view of Syclone. Here's the top, with the top of his head there. So let's get to his unboxing. And again, I didn't have Syclone. I think I moved on to either other toys or other interests by the time he came out. I think he came out, I'm not sure if it was around 85 or 87, something like that, but I had the main He-Man characters, which I will probably show off someday once I go through the bins and bins of toys that I have. But here he is. His head, yep, does move. Oh, jeez, lots of texture here. Lots of different types of texture. I mean, here's his helmet here is a very hard plastic, very hard yellow plastic, very smooth. This red here, it's part of the same mold as the helmet. Very smooth. I like how the helmet you can see that it has these ridges here, almost kind of like Stratos had, sort of, but they come down over the head here. This one goes around almost like the ring on a planet around his head. The back of his head has kind of a grid pattern here. That's kind of neat looking. That's very interesting. One thing that I did find interesting, I know that thing about Syclone, I'm not sure if you have to look at this up online, but I think if you squeezed his legs, or if you did something, his body would spin. He would spin around, and the toy would, and he was supposed to make a cyclone. But the thing I found interesting is his arms here. Take a look at his arms. They have these flat pieces of blue on his arm. You see how it's flat there, but it comes out there almost as if they were used to make the Syclone, or to have some sort of aerodynamics there. His chest piece there, it's kind of simple. I think they could have made this a little more detailed, but the toy had some sort of like radar type of look to it there. He has yellow, red, and blue, very simple colors, very basic colors. He has some eyebrows here that are part of the paint job. It's not part of the actual mold, but like the eyes and the nose are. He's a triangular nose, blue skin. His belt there is pretty interesting. If you could see there, try to do a close-up of the belt. It has a mold of a ringed planet there, kind of like Saturn. His belt does have some textures, has some detail to it. What does it look like in the back? Okay, more detail, very muscly back there. His buns, his pants there, have some ridges right there. He has some rings on his boots. Almost like a kind of futuristic, kind of 50s kind of space boots there. Some rings on each of his boots and on his wrists. He has some rings, red rings there, and blue feet and yellow legs. Other than that, that's pretty much it for Syclone. Again, I like how smooth his helmet is. And the back it's pretty nice. I didn't know. I mean, I didn't have Syclone as a toy, but I do like the grid pattern on the back of Syclone there. So let's give him a spin. Let's give Syclone a spin on the turntable. Here is the Funko Pop version of Masters of the Universe's Syclone. Nice pop, nice coloration. The paint job, if you notice on the bottom on those red rings around his legs, paint job could have been better, Funko Pop, but what can you do? That's it for this episode of the Kaz. Please like and subscribe. Please go to our Etsy shop. Please go to archangelproductions.org. At both of these places, you can get signed copies of my DVDs and some lapel pins. Again, thanks for coming to this episode of the Kaz. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you later. Thanks. Bye.